Hello and thanks for checking out ChartGuys.com. We're proud to be one of the most successful technical analysis communities online, teaching you the skills to become a more confident, effective, and informed trader. Join our community of hundreds of analysts worldwide working together to learn the charts, generate profit, and achieve financial independence. For access to daily live chart analysis and market coverage, a thriving chat community, along with dozens of hours of exclusive educational materials. We look forward to seeing you. Let's check out some charts. Hello MJ friends, hope you're doing well. We're going to look at the major names here. Currently sipping on a dragon milk stout in a fancy glass. And the dishwasher is running, which I should have held off on, but it's far too late for that. So there's some background noise. We're going to look at the major names here: CGC, APH, ACB, CRON, TLRY. And currently people are voting on another video that I'm going to do probably tomorrow with another half dozen names. So vote in the comments if you would like. I will read them and make note of who everybody wants to see on the screen. So here on CGC, we have to note SPY had another red day. The tech sector is weak. It took the S&P 500 down with it, and that had an impact on the sector today. I'm watching some very clear lower highs here on the daily chart for CGC, and they continue to form, and we have a new lower high now at 50.21. Anything under 50.21 is a lower high, and the hope for the bulls here is that they can form a higher low compared to 44.90 and then break 50.21 to shift that momentum and that trend back in their favor. That's just us going from lower highs and lower lows to a higher low and then a higher high if we can get that break early this coming week. Monday, we do not have trading in Canada. We have trading on CGC, and all the US tickers are going to be trading here. So that's worth noting. In the past, that has led to a bullish environment, but I believe we will be correlated to SPY on Monday pretty significantly. And if SPY has another red day, we could see it take the Canadian MJ market with it. We're going to have to be watching very closely. So looking at the 4-hour time frame, that was the most clear the last time. It was healthy consolidation initially, a little bit more than the bulls would like to see on this pullback, but they still have the chance to form that higher low that we're looking at. And again, we have to see that shift in momentum, change the trend back for the bulls, and break 50.21 resistance. So the bulls have a chance here. If we see a bear break of 44.90 tomorrow, or I should say early next week, that's a big red flag in terms of bears continuing to have momentum. APH. So APH is a potential bear flag on the daily. We lost the higher low pattern by breaking the low of yesterday. Support is just 1593 and 1578. Again, this level of 1578 and 76 are very important. And in terms of resistance, that's the channel we're in right now, 1728. So bulls have to hold 1578, form that higher low, and then break resistance. Exactly what CGC is trying to do, APH has to do as well. Remember, APH pulled back more than CGC did on this 4-hour time frame. It's closer to a bear break, but it is still holding this support. So again, I like the 4-hour time frame for both of these names heading into Tuesday, but we can watch the US tickers again and see if they develop and see any clear breaks while we wait for APH-TO to begin trading again on Tuesday. ACB looks great. So ACB at the end of the day had the filing that we are going to be uplisted, and that's the reaction, increasing bull volume, very extended. We've seen moves like this that don't get followed through the next day at the open. You would think that they do, but then they get significant profit taking right at the open. So that's something we have to be aware of. ACBFF will be trading on Monday, and the listing, CGC, I believe it took 7 days or so to be listed once they did their filing, and this is on the NYSE as well. CRON took 2 days, but that was NASDAQ. So we can say roughly a week is what we would anticipate for the listing. And again, known events, we have to remember the market prices these things in. Anybody who's been following this space should fully be anticipating APH and ACB uplisting at some point. It's priced in to a certain degree. The one way that I can foresee the listing being a catalyst in the short term for the bulls is if there is some kind of rules and limitations keeping institutional investors out because these names are on the OTC exchange. That's a possibility, but just keep in mind that when CGC began trading, we ran up into the listing date and then we sold off. It was a sell the news event in terms of seeing the actual, the actual day that did get listed. So we can look for bullish action. Again, the overall market setup is different than it was for CGC back then, but this is a great timing move for APH. We know ACB. We know we have a tightening equilibrium on the daily, and we're on the verge of a bull break, 1295, and then 1348 is the next level. Very likely we're going to break this pattern bullish because of the momentum, because of the hype, and because of the news heading into next week. So I'm going to be watching for ACB. I didn't get the end of the day move today. I was away from the computer, out on the beach, and I have absolutely no FOMO with that decision. But I will be looking for the potential of an opportunity with ACBFF on Monday, keeping in mind that the short-term timeframes are overextended. So we can be looking for some potential bullish action, and really it all boils down to correlations in the market. If SPY bounces and we see a recovery and green days in the market Tuesday, Wednesday, we can likely see significant follow-through on this ACB bull break if we get it. If we see the market continue to dump, that bull break is going to be limited in the amount of follow-through that we get, in my opinion. So yes, we can look for some bullish hype heading into the actual listing on the NYSE, but watch for a sell the news scenario, and the more we run up into that event, the more likely the sell the news scenario will be. So again, it's all about resistance of 1295 first thing on Monday, and really not for ACB, but for ACBFF. So let's correlate what level would that be. It's 1010 and then 1042. So those are the key resistances to be watching on Monday. And as far as support goes, hourly support hasn't been established since 1195. We're very overextended. We're 10%, just about 10% overextended. 15-minute time frame due to consolidate. 5-minute due to consolidate. I will not be buying into strength on Tuesday. I will wait for consolidation before I make any attempt at an entry on ACB. Cron continues to fade. At this point, it's just the same old story. Look at how many red days. 3, 6, 8 of the last 9 days have been red. That's a lot. So clear lower highs and lower lows every day. Support is down at 926. We bounced off of 940. Hourly trend change has to break this level. Anything under 1042 is just a lower high. We're nowhere near an hourly trend change. We're nowhere near a daily trend change. The bears have complete control of Cron, and we are watching for a shift in that hourly trend. And to do so, we're likely going to have to set a lower high compared to 1042, consolidate for a higher low, and then see the bull break. That's exactly what we're looking for on CGC on the daily time frame and APH as well. So again, you recognize these patterns and you start to get comfortable with them when you see them over and over, and you just see them on all these different time frames, and it definitely helps in terms of having a clear, concise picture of what's going on and knowing what time frames you want to watch the most. So I'd still be watching the 4-hour for CGC and APH. ACB is the 4-hour in the daily. Cron, the hourly lower high pattern is very clear. I would keep watching that. And TLRY, bulls defended support, 131.50. We bounced off 134. But we have clear resistance here as well. Hourly lower highs, 156.97, 153.60. Anything under that is just a lower high. Have to change the trend with a higher low and then a break of lower highs on this hourly time frame for the TLRY bulls to be back in control. So I like this hourly time frame for clarity as well. We can see it's a tightening range on TLRY. And basically, as we head into Monday, ACB is very clearly the most bullish of the major names. Cron is very clearly the weakest of the major names. CGC is, let's just rank them real quick. We'll go ACB strongest. We will go Cron weakest. We'll go CGC next. And I think TLRY is ahead of APH. And it is. That's the ranking right there on the daily chart as we head into this coming week. And we'll see if ACB can get this break. All eyes are on ACB. 1295. Odds are very likely we get the bull break and follow through. And that's the best positioning on the daily chart right now due to the lack of resistance after that level breaks. If anybody else here breaks their short-term resistances, they've got resistance from, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, still staring them in the face. Not the case for ACB. If we get this bull break, the next resistance that we're looking at is very limited. And we're looking back towards all-time highs. I actually didn't realize we were that close. If we get that bull break of 1348, it's 1375, and then the all-time high. Absolutely going to be watching very closely. That will have my attention next week. I appreciate you all watching. Hope you're well. Do some good things out there, and we'll tune in with that next video in just a day or so. See you then. This is Iceland. This is a sweet waterfall. Forget the name off the top of my head, but it's undeveloped. It's getting developed, and you need to go to Iceland before everything's all developed, because waterfalls like this with nobody around are few and far between, and pretty soon they won't exist in terms of, paved roads, boardwalks, railings, crowds, all that stuff. Tourism is booming in Iceland. See you tomorrow.